Hi there, and welcome to the weird side of YouTube. I'm your host, author DC Knight, and I'm not sure what to categorize this video in because it's not part of a series. It's one of those weird YouTube tag videos, and I know I did a bunch of them way back when I opened my channel, but this one was one that I never got around to. And when I was going through my old scripts last week for videos that I might want to do when I came back, I found this, and I looked at all the answers, and they were all wrong. They were all completely different than who I am now. So I thought that this would be a good way for you guys to get to know me, the new me. But I understand if this isn't your bag, you don't like YouTube tagged videos. I kind of don't either. I just thought this would be a good replacement for the cringy YouTube channel trailer that I have up right now. So if you want more gaming content or if you want more writing content, I promise you that's coming, just not today. Sorry. Alright, the first part of it is 13 facts about me, because I am narcissistic garbage. I've been writing books, literal books, since I was 13 years old. I've been drawing since I was 3. I cry at Disney movies. I'm an atheist. I'm a Taurus, which means I love food. I'm engaged. Perpetually. I don't know when we're gonna get married. I get obsessed with certain things for like month-long intervals. I'm 33 years old. I have too many cats and not enough dogs. I'm a gamer. That's G-A-Y-M-E-R. Thank you very much. I am Irish and Scottish, and I have a huge interest in the culture of my ancestors. I listen to music constantly. It annoys Jonathan for that reason, and also because he hates my kind of music. Jonathan's my fiance, by the way. My book, Dream, let me see. My book, Dream, a surreal and psychedelic gay romance fantasy novel. I wrote it as a way of healing for a number of traumatic experiences. I started it when I was basically kicked out for being gay. Technically I ran away, but they really didn't give me a choice. They locked me in my room for months. I continued writing it when my father died and when my best friend died a few months apart, and I finished it when I left my abusive boyfriend. So we were in a triad. We were all 3 together at once. Polyamory. Not that way anymore because of trauma, but I didn't mention the deaths of my father and my best friend in my Masks video. If you haven't seen it, it's a lengthy, pretty dark explanation of why I left YouTube in the first place. I didn't mention them because I felt like they deserved their own video. And I'm planning on making it a Teddy Bear Talks video, so look forward to that. I like to write about life and wrap it up in pretty fantasies. I do the same thing with my art, basically. Next up is 13 of my favorites. My favorite writer is Lewis Carroll, and my favorite book is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Technically, if you want to look at it from a scholarly point of view, it's probably considered bad writing, but I think I love it so much because it holds a special place in my heart because I read it as a child and I have fond memories of it. So that's why it'll probably be my favorite book forever. And obviously Tolkien. Obviously. Like, whose favorite author isn't Tolkien? Be for real. If you like fantasy, how is Tolkien not your god? My favorite Disney movie is 1989's The Little Mermaid, although I do hope the live-action remake replaces that. My favorite band is A Perfect Circle. I just found this CD at a used bookstore, and it's perfectly unscratched. I used to have all of their CDs, but that was before everything that happened in Salem, Massachusetts. With my polyamorous triad exes, I had to leave all of my stuff there, because I had to leave in a hurry, because I couldn't, suffer anymore. So everything I ever owned up to 3 years ago, maybe 5 years ago now. Wow, 5 years ago? Me and Jonathan have been together almost 5 years. Yeah, so about 5 years ago, all of my stuff is still up there. God knows what they did with it. But A Perfect Circle has always been my favorite band. I love how artistic they are. It's still rock, but it's like art rock. And I know some people consider art rock a genre and some people don't. I do. This is art rock at its finest, and I love it. All 4 of their albums. My favorite album, I can't decide. Probably a mixture between Merde Noms and this one, 13th Step. My favorite song by them, probably a cross between Three Libras and Judith, for obvious reasons. But when it comes to rock bands, I mostly listen to alternative rock songs from the 90s and early 2000s by bands that I can never remember the name of. My favorite solo artist is a tie between Tori Amos, Curly, and Emily Autumn. My favorite genre of music is probably like Motown from the 60s. Is that a genre? I know it's like a record label. Like old soul, R&B, you know. Stevie Wonder, The Supremes, The Vandellas, The Four Tops, The Temptations. That's the good shit. I grew up on it. My parents were older and grew up in the 60s and 70s, so they educated me. My favorite food is probably chicken Alfredo. I get it at Olive Garden. I get TV dinners of it. I begged my partner to make it from scratch because I'm 30 years old and I still can't cook. I just love it. And now I want some. My favorite mythos is that of the Fae, as you can tell. My favorite video game is a cross between The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. But I have to give props to Kingdom Hearts. It has a special place in my heart. And World of Warcraft, I have my own guild. Alphabet Mafia, Area 52, Horde. For the Horde! Join our Discord and raid with us. My favorite show was Game of Thrones before the last 2 seasons. That dumpster fire of character assassinations is why we don't rush first drafts, people. I still love The X-Files. I liked Once Upon a Time a lot, as you can probably tell. American Horror Story is garbage these days. I love The Marvelous Miss Maisel and The Mandalorian. Now I really like The Witcher, but that may change in the future given the casting change. It's hard for me to plant a flag into one favorite show, because my tastes are always changing. I'm always changing. I'm constantly evolving, as everyone should. My favorite color is all of them. They all look their best when they're all together. Kind of like people. My favorite hobby outside of reading and writing is crafting, making digital art, and painting. My favorite thing to do on the internet is watch cat videos. You thought I was gonna say prawn, didn't ya? My favorite book series is still a series of unfortunate events, and the same reason as Alice in Wonderland, because I read them in middle school and they just have a place in my heart. Next up is 13 Things I Hate. Sudden loud noises. People with inexplicable skin conditions. The French. Bugs in my nappers. The heat. The cold. French Canadians. Bugs. The smell of fish. Men. Women. Children. Humanity in general. No, I'm kidding. I don't know why I put this, because I actively try not to hate anything. I hate a lot of vegetables, but I eat broccoli like it's candy. I hate prejudice, like of any kind. Homophobia, sexism, racism, all of it. Even just hating your ex, or hating someone for having different opinions than you. None of us are enemies. We can all learn from each other. Learning is growing, and sometimes growing is painful. I actively dislike a lot of current pop songs, which is disappointing. In the late 90s and early 2000s, I was obsessed with Britney Spears. To me, she's like the queen of pop, now and forever. But these days, to me, no one in the pop world can even come close to what she had, what she did. The songs are boring, the beats are played out, it all sounds the same. Maybe I'm just old. That's fine. I can accept that. I'm old. Honestly, I listen to bardcore music these days more than anything, so yeah, I'm old. Extremely old. Old school. OLDE. I hate it when my cat has diarrhea and just barely misses the litter box. I hate it when I work really freaking hard on something only for it to not reach anybody. Or it does reach people and they just don't care. It reaches the wrong people. I hate it when I forget to take my medication and I get loopy. I hate it when people assume that everything is meant for kids. Adults are allowed to enjoy things too. Speaking of, I hate it when people only have kids so that they can use it as an excuse to enjoy things. If you're having kids just to use them as an excuse to go to Disney World, you shouldn't be having kids. Grown-ass adults are allowed to do whatever the fuck they want to do. And we don't owe an explanation to anyone. Yes, I'm going to an amusement park with no kids. Yes, I'm going to Build-A-Bear with no kids. Yes, I'm gonna look in the toy aisle at Walmart and Target and there's nothing you can do about it. And I'm gonna have a fucking grand time. I think that's 8. I think. I hate when people assume that indie authors have less talent than authors that were published by a large, established, famous publishing company. I hate it when I go back and reread an already published book or rewatch an already uploaded video, and I see so many things that I would change about it. Want some advice? Never read your own book once you finish it. You will hate yourself. It's different with digital art. I can go back and edit that anytime I want. I suppose you could say I could rewrite a book, or remake a video. But something about that just seems wrong to me. Once it's out there, it's out there. A sort of time capsule showcasing my talents at that particular moment of my life. On the other hand, that's the good thing about being an artist. As long as you're creating, you're improving. And there's something beautiful about that. That's 10, I think. This is harder than I thought. I hate it when I lie awake at night and my brain puts on constant replay every awkward thing I've ever said or done in my entire life. Not bad things, no. I've forgiven myself for the betrayals and transgressions I made in my youth. But the jokes that didn't land, the cringe reactions to being bullied in high school, when I thought I was bi at prom and cried because a girl rejected me. I think I'm gonna die just thinking about it. No, I'm good. That's 12. Do I have one final thing I hate? And I hate the fact that I can't think of 13 things to hate. Shut up, it's not cheating. It's my videos. Okay, that's enough about me talking about myself. I'm getting a headache. This feels like a job interview. Did I get the job? Did you subscribe? But I want to hear from you guys. Leave 13 facts about you. 13 of your favorites, or 13 things you hate in the comments. Or do a combination of all 3. And if that's too much for you to type out, just do one of each. Either way, I will read all of them. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. You can catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at AuthorDCKnight. I'll catch you all later. Love you.